Dear students of class 12th, I once again welcome you all to this online class. Today we are going to continue the short story The Scarecrow, written by Satyajit Ray. Yesterday we took up the first part and got to know that Mrigyanko Babu, the protagonist of our story, is stuck somewhere on the way to Kolkata while returning back from Durgapur. Today we are going to study what happened with him further on in the short story. So he, finding himself not concentrating on the detective novel, he put that away and took up a notebook and started thinking about a plot for the short story which he was supposed to write for the Bharat magazine. But soon he found that he was not able to concentrate on the story also, so he put away the notebook. And he came out of the car and stood in the middle of the road, which was completely desolate, which was completely, he was feeling completely lonely, as if he was feeling like as if he is the only human being on the earth. It was so desolate, so lonely, so deserted. So he stood in the middle of the road and thought about how lonely, how isolated he is from the crowd and from the noise of the world. So but while thinking, so suddenly he found that no, I have a companion, I have a something as a company to me, and that thing is the scarecrow. उसको लगा कि नहीं, मैं अकेला यहाँ पे नहीं हूँ, बट मेरे साथ मेरा एक हमसाथी भी है, वो स्केयरक्रो है. तो फिर उसके बाद द राइटर प्रेजेंट्स टू अस द situation in which the scarecrow was placed. जो scarecrow था वो एक small, it was a small patch of land. It had some plants which were supposedly winter crop, and in the middle of it the scarecrow was there. And then the writer presents to us a brief description about the scarecrow, how it looked. The scarecrow, it was the build-up of the scarecrow was such that a vertical bamboo pool was placed into the hard soil, and to which another horizontal pole was placed. The horizontal angles, the arms of the horizontal pole looked like the arms of human beings, and a shirt had been slipped over it so that the sleeves of the shirt covered the arms of the horizontal pole. And at the free end of the vertical pole, an earthen pot had been placed upside down so that it had a semblance of human head, and the pot was painted in black color, and it had huge eyes which were painted with white paint. So these were the description of the scarecrow. And looking at the scarecrow, after looking at the scarecrow, Mrigyanko Babu was lost in thoughts, and he thought that how strange that birds mistook such an object, such a thing for a real human being. How stupid they are, and they are so frightened by this effigy, by this human semblance, that they don't harm the crops. And he started asking, Mrigyanko Babu started asking himself that were birds really that foolish, or because I haven't heard of dogs taking the scarecrow as a human being. So are sparrows and crows having the same mentality, or is it peculiar to certain birds only? Because it was not a real human being, so why are they so afraid of such a creature? Then the story presents to us that the sunlight was coming through a crack in the cloud and falling on the scarecrow, and that the scarecrow was wearing a printed shirt. And looking at the printed shirt, Mrigyanko Babu realized that he had seen that torn red and black printed shirt before, but he was not able to recollect exactly. But it faintly reminded him of someone, but he was not able to recollect exactly who that person was. So he started thinking himself, who could it be? And he again failed to recollect. But he was certain, but he was sure that he had seen this shirt a long time ago. And after looking at the scarecrow from some time, as he was waiting for his driver Sudhir, he watched at his clock, at his watch, and he found that it was 4:20 p.m. and it was too late. In a few moments it was to be sunset. So he felt a little, as it was the time of winters, he felt a little cold. So he went again in the car and had a cup of tea and felt a little warmer. Then the sun was peering through the dark clouds and falling on the scarecrow. And the story presents to us that in about 5 minutes the sun would set. ये अंधेरा हो जाएगा, सूरज डूब जाएगा और उसके बाद एक रेडिश लाइट कलर का लाइट जो है हमारे स्केयरक्रो पे पड़ गया. एंड उसी दौरान मीनवाइल अनदर एम्बेसडर कार पास्ड थ्रू द वे and but there was no arrival of Sudhir, his driver. So Mr. Mriganko Babu had to wait for another hour for the arrival of his driver. And he started thinking that how could he spend the time meanwhile. And meanwhile the sky had darkened a bit and it was almost dark, almost dusk. सूरज डूब के बिल्कुल जो शाम होती है वो हो चुकी थी. But strangely Mr. Mriganko Babu felt attracted to the scarecrow. He felt that the scarecrow is demanding, the scarecrow is like drawing his concentration towards itself. And he could not stop himself watching and looking at that figure. So he steadily looked at it, and he very strangely found certain changes in the scarecrow, and his heart began to beat faster. And he started questioning himself. I quote from the text, had its appearance changed somewhat? Had the two arms been lowered a little? Or wasn't it standing a little less stiffly and more like a real man? अब उसको लगा, he felt that the scarecrow was not there as like a rigid, lifeless structure, but it was more and more behaving and becoming like a human. Its horizontal poles had dropped a little, and it was not that stiff as it was earlier. And he found and he sensed that there was a second vertical pole, because at the beginning of the description of the scarecrow, we learned that it had one vertical pole, but now it was having two vertical poles. And they were upright next to each another, so again they gave resemblance of human legs. Then he started questioning himself, were those really broken poles at all but legs? He started questioning himself, questioning his eyesight, questioning his observation, that were they vertical poles or human legs, because he was not able to actually differentiate between. And the big earthen pot which was placed on the top of the vertical pole had blackened a bit. It has gone smaller and smaller. So his heart began to beat faster. And though Mr. Mriganko Babu was not such a heavy smoker, but he felt like lighting another cigarette and having some puffs of smoke. So he started asking himself that, could the figure of a scarecrow come to life? Is it possible that a non-living entity like a scarecrow come to life? And he himself answered, no, of course not. It's completely not possible. But he was seeing all those changes, so he could not believe, he could not contradict his own views. And the scarecrow had moved forward, but more than that, it was moving and advancing towards him. So these things completely contradicted his beliefs. but it was walking with a limp. Though it was having two legs, but it was walking with a limp. And instead of an earthen pot, now it had a human head, in place of that earthen pot. And it had the same shirt it was wearing when he looked at the scarecrow for the first time. And it was having some short, slightly dirty dhoti. So, and he heard the voices which ran tremors through his body. It said that Babu. So when he heard for the first time this dialogue, Babu, he could not believe his ears. He could not believe that he is hearing such words from a scarecrow. The scarecrow had actually spoken to him in a human voice. And now, after hearing the voice, he could easily recognize that this was the voice of his servant Abhiram, who used to work at his home, who was a very loyal and old servant who was working at Mr. Mriganko Babu's home. And he remembered once asking Abhiram that where his village was located. So Abhiram at that time answered to him that my village is located next to Mankar, and Mankar was the station before Panagra. So he was somewhere near the village of Abhiram. And terrified Mr. Mriganko Babu, after hearing the word Babu and after recognizing the voice and recollecting the memory of Abhiram, he was terrified, he was afraid, and he moved back few steps and leaned on the car and again tried to collect himself. So the scarecrow was standing 10 yards away from him, and it again started speaking. Can you recognize me, Babu? It asked him that Mr. Mriganko Babu, or Babu, sir, can you recognize me? Do you recognize me? Do you still remember me? So he replied, you are Abhiram, aren't you? You are Abhiram, you are my servant, etc., etc. He started telling things to the scarecrow. And he said that it was the shirt, because I had bought you this shirt, so I could recognize you from the shirt you were wearing. And I recollected the whole incident, the whole story which happened many years ago, almost 3 years ago. And when he said that I bought the shirt for you, Abhiram said that the scarecrow, which was a semblance of Abhiram, it said that, but why did it all had to end so badly? Sir, you were so nice to me. We had such a good relationship. You were such a good master, but it ended up very badly. And when I was suspected of theft, why didn't you believe me at that time? I told you that I didn't stole the item, but still, in addition to all the other family members, you didn't believe me. Why it was so? So then the story tells to us, then the story reveals to us that Abhiram was a loyal old servant at Mriganko Babu's home, and he was working there from the last 20 years. But 3 years ago, he was suspected of stealing the watch which was presented to Mr. Mriganko Babu as a wedding gift. And though Abhiram had the time and the opportunity to steal it, but still when confronted, he said that I didn't steal it. I am completely innocent. So when he denied the crime, when he denied doing such a thing, the father of Mriganko Babu, he called a witch doctor who used a trick to catch the culprit. They used a wicker tray and rotated it. When it pointed towards Abhiram, it was everyone took that as a solution, as a judgment, and decided that and assumed that Abhiram was really the thief. And after that, he was removed from the job. He was discontinued from the service. And after revealing this aspect of the story, we are again presented with a conversation. And after that, Abhiram continues his story. He says that I never worked anywhere else because after this shock, after this maltreatment, I could not work anywhere else. I could because I become very ill and I had no money. I got the disease dropsy, which is swelling of human body and ultimately causes death. I got dropsy. I had no money to buy medicine or food or eat properly or go to a doctor, so I never recovered from my illness. And about the shirt, my shirt which I was wearing at that time, I gave it to my son, who wore it for some time. Later on, when it was withered, when it was torn, he gave it to the scarecrow. Thus I became the scarecrow. But sir, but Babu, but Migenko Babu, I waited for you. I become the scarecrow. You know why? Because one day I thought I would meet you again, because I had this idea, I had this thought that one day I would meet you again. And my heart longed to tell you what I learned after death, because after my death I learned so many things. So I sincerely wanted to tell you all these things, so I couldn't die, so I become the scarecrow. So hearing this thing, Mr. Miganko Babu asks Abhiram, what did you learn, Abhiram? What did you learn after what you learned after your death, Abhiram? Please tell me. So Abhiram tells him that once you get back to your home, once you return home, please look under the wardrobe. Your watch, which you suspected me of stealing, is still lying there, pushed to a far corner under your wardrobe. And the new servant you have, who is a little not a good servant. He doesn't cleans the house that properly, so he couldn't get that watch. If he cleaned all the surfaces, all the edges and corners of the room, then he must have found the watch and told you. But as he is a lazy servant, so he couldn't find the watch. But if you go home and looked at the place where I'm telling you, then you will find the watch there. Okay, so after revealing this fact, after revealing this point, he become a little hazy, and he said that now I found peace. Ultimately, I found peace after so many years. At last, I have been able to tell you the truth. So now I can go away. Now I can vanish into the air, because I have waited so long, and ultimately my prayers were heard, and I got the opportunity to talk to you and tell you what I learned after death. So now I can go, now I can vanish. So, and again he said that, oh, it's such a big relief. Now I can take a deep breath of relief. While Abhiram was telling these things to him, he heard another dialogue, and I would quote it from the text. I have brought the petrol, sir. So his servant, his driver Sudhir, tells this to him, ki, sir, I have returned from Panagra, and I have brought the petrol with me. So hearing this voice of Sudhir, Mr. Miganko Babu woke up with a start. He was a little alarmed. He was alarmed, and he got out of his sleep, because he was still in the car, and he had his pen in his hand and his notebook, and he was still while thinking about a plot for the Bharat magazine, while thinking about a story for the Bharat magazine, he had fell asleep, and he had seen all these things as a dream or as a hallucination. So Sudhir's words woke him up, and he the first thing he did after waking up was to look up at the scarecrow. But when he looked up the scarecrow, it was exactly where it was, in the middle of the field, and it had the same typical physical description which was given to us by the writer, and it hasn't moved even a single bit. So after reaching home, he did the first thing he did was to check under the wardrobe, and he found the watch which they suspected Abhiram of stealing. It was still there from the last 3 years, and he decided at that moment itself, that if something ever got lost from his house from now on, he would never see a witch doctor's help. He would never seek a witch doctor's help, because he now repented, he now regretted having done so, and suspected a poor person like Abhiram, who was a honest servant and was a really hard-working servant in their home. So at this point, the story ends, and we get to know that what the scarecrow directed to Mr. Mriganko Babu, he did it, and ultimately he found the watch. So after the story, we can have a brief discussion about its themes or its crux, and it again presents to us the question it asked at the beginning of the lesson, that who is usually suspected, like if something is stolen in a house or in a building, who is usually suspected? And it's most probably, if it is not a very big crime, then usually the most vulnerable workers, the most vulnerable servants, and the weakest person of the house, he's usually suspected of stealing the item. So, but was the appearance of Abhiram a superstition or hallucination or a dream, and how it revealed such a hard fact to Mriganko Babu is something which the story presents to us as a curious fact. Or was it the plot which Mr. Mriganko Babu was thinking while he was in the car and waiting for Sudhir? He started thinking, and he hints to us that on his way back from Durgapur, he will be like he had already formed a plot in his mind. So was it the plot which was in his mind when he was returning from Durgapur, or was it a fact or fiction, a mixture of fact and fiction? So it's very hard, it's very difficult to find out, but at the end of the story, we in the climax get to know that Mr. Mriganko Babu finally realizes, finds out that though he's a very literate, educated person, and he never consulted the almanac, which is a yearly book about travels and other essential activities, and he was never a believer in superstitions. But right now he got, due to family pressure, he believed in the witch doctor, and at the end of the story he regretted so much. So thereafter he decided that whatever he will do, he will take rational steps, and not get into superstition and superstitious beliefs. Thank you so much for watching.